Welcome to the Broken System Chronicles TV, the channel where we expose the raw, unfiltered truth behind Nigeria's failing institution. Today's episode is not just a documentary, it's a cry for justice, it's a spotlight on the forgotten. It's the story of innocent Nigerians who were trapped behind bars for years, even decades, for crimes they didn't commit. From young boys locked up at 12 to men like Ogbonna Igbojionu, who spent 26 years on death row for buying a stolen generator. This is the cost of injustice in Nigeria. No trial, no compensation, no apology. This is trapped for decades, the true cost of injustice in Nigeria. If you believe in justice, don't just watch, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let's raise our voice for those who were silenced. First on our list is Lukman Adeyemi, wrongfully detained for 24 years. Adeyemi shared his story. I am Lukman Adeyemi from Oyo State. I am a bricklayer by profession. I was 26 years old when I had this problem. In August 2000, after returning home from work with a friend living with me, Ismaila Lasisi, we were told that the police came looking for Ismaila and he was asked to report to the station. I immediately decided to follow him to the station. Lo and behold, I was arrested and detained along with him. I was tortured to the point of death over a crime I knew nothing about. Right from the police station, I had a close shave with death over the murder of a woman hired by some of Ismaila's ex-friends to fetch water for them at a construction site. The woman left home in the morning and never returned. Ismaila once lived with them. He begged to live with me after a misunderstanding with these people in March. I knew these people from a distance. Our paths never crossed. This was how I was charged to court along with these people over an offense I knew nothing about. In 2009, we were sentenced to death. We filed separate appeals, but they failed up to the Supreme Court. On July 17, 2023, the Center of Justice, Mercy and Reconciliation, CJMR, led by Pastor Hezekiah Olujobi, visited us at the Ebara Correctional Services. They listened to all of us, including the culprits who exonerated us. The organization reviewed our judgment and shed light on our innocence. June 14, 2024 will remain an evergreen and memorable day in my life. Light shone upon me, rain fell on my head for the first time, and I saw the moon. No compensation was paid, and he has received no amends for lost years, trauma, or legal injustice.
Bàtọ́ máa di 2009, wọ́n ṣe judgement, wọ́n ní wọ́n dájọ́ kú fún gbogbo wa.
24 years, mo lò lè kú. Abẹ́òkúta ló ti bí mi, Abẹ́òkúta ló bó ti ṣe wọ́n. Ẹnì kan ṣojú wọn bí àwọn fámìlì bàbá, kò sẹ́ni kò wọ́n ló yọjú wá wò mí. Wọ́n ní mo pààyàn rí. Ìgbà tí mo yẹ̀ dé yìí lọ́tẹ̀ mọ̀ pé irọ́ làwọn tó purọ́ mọ́ mi, irọ́ ló pa mọ́ mi o.
Second on our list is Emmanuel Amakude, over 5 years detained without trial. In 2016, Emmanuel was accused of theft after a complaint surfaced. Despite never being convicted, he remained in custody for more than 5 years and was only released years later due to legal oversight. Emmanuel Amakude had just dropped his West African Senior School Certificate Examination pen, only to pick it up again at Oba Prison in Abeokuta, Ogun State, Nigeria, to record a story of woe for himself. With an amazing WAEC result, the next step in his life was to register for the Joint Admissions Matriculation Board's Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination, which would qualify him for tertiary study. However, a woman claimed that Amakude was among those who broke into her shop and stole her goods. The direct result was that he was imprisoned for more than 5 years, even when he was never found guilty of the crime. He needed the intervention of an organization in 2021 for him to be a free man again. No compensation was paid, and this is common in Nigeria, where the system lacks statutory redress even after acquittal. Third on our list is Emeka Nzeruike, 10 years incarcerated as a minor. Nzeruike had spent a decade behind bars without trial, without conviction, and without anyone checking on him. He had simply vanished into the cracks of Nigeria's criminal justice system. Nzeruike was arrested in 2015 in Imo alongside an adult for stealing. Both were charged and granted bail by a magistrate in Iho. While the other suspect's family secured a shorty and got him out almost immediately, Nzeruike remained locked up. He had no one. His mother was already dead, and his father had remarried and moved to Benue State. He never once came to visit Emeka, not in 10 years. Arrested at age 12 in 2015, Emeka was detained in prison for 10 years without trial. Released in 2025 after legal aid intervention spotlighted his case. No compensation was paid. He was released, but given no official apology or financial restitution. Fourth on our list is Ogbonna Igbojionu, 26 years on death row for theft he didn't commit. Ogbonna Igbojionu, a native of Abia State, has finally regained his freedom after spending 26 years on death row at the Kirikiri Maximum Security Prison in Lagos. for unknowingly buying and reselling a stolen generator. Ogbonna was only 22 years old in 1999 when he purchased a generator from a man named Segun Ajibade and later sold it to a third party. Just 2 weeks later, Ajibade returned with police, claiming the generator had been stolen. Both men were arrested immediately. Ogbonna's ordeal began that day and spiraled into a 2-decade-long nightmare. He claims he was tortured and forced to sign a statement he couldn't read. Without legal representation, he was remanded and in 2003 sentenced to death for receiving a stolen property. He was just 26 at the time. For the next 26 years, Ogbonna languished on death row, isolated, forgotten, and hopeless, until early 2025 when Nigerian TikToker and activist Olumide Ogusawo, known as C King, brought his story to light on social media. All these cases share the same truths. They were innocent, they were poor, they were Nigerians, they were victims of a broken system. They received no compensation. If you enjoyed this video, we would be grateful if you could like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring content. Thank you.